Good morning, students. I hope you are watching the videos and doing your homework and given the test also. So, we are doing animal tissue chapter we have started, in which plant tissue we have completed. Animal tissue we are doing. Animal tissue is of four type, already we have discussed, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Among that, epithelial tissue we have completed. Now we are doing connective tissue. Connective tissue on the basis of the matrix is divided into three types: connective tissue proper, skeletal tissue and vascular tissue. Connective tissue proper means in which the matrix is jelly-like. Example of this connective tissue proper is areolar tissue, adipose tissue, tendon and ligament. Now skeletal tissue means matrix is hard. So here example is cartilage and bone. Now we are doing vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means here the matrix is liquid. So example of that is blood and lymph. So now we are doing blood. Blood is also known as fluid connective tissue. It is reddish colored, viscous, sticky vascular tissue that flows inside the blood vessel by means of pumping activity of heart. Its pH is 7.4. Blood has two parts, that is the fluid plasma and blood cell. So children, blood has two parts, that is the fluid plasma and blood cell. So children, note here that the fluid plasma means the liquid part of the blood and the cellular part of the blood is RBC, WBC and platelets. So one by one we will study about this. First is plasma. Plasma is a liquid matrix of blood which has pale yellow color. It consists of 90 to 92% of water, 8 to 10% of organic and inorganic substances. So children, note here that whenever we stain the tea with the help of the stainer, the liquid that passes out can be considered as the plasma and the leaf that is being extracted can be considered as the cellular part of the blood. Now this cellular part of the blood is of three types, that is RBC, WBC and blood platelets. So here children, note one thing, that as the plasma does not contain the RBC, that is the reason the color of the plasma is pale yellow color. But when this RBC is there in the plasma, it gives it the red color. Now red blood cell, that is also known as the erythrocyte. It is biconcave, disc-shaped living cell which provides red color to blood. The blood cell consists of iron containing reddish protein pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is respiratory pigment which take part in transport of oxygen. It can also carry small amount of carbon dioxide. So when you will see the structure of this hemoglobin, it is cup shaped which carry the oxygen to the required tissues or the cell, and there it leave this oxygen and carry the carbon dioxide, and from there it bring it to the lungs. Now white blood cell, that is also known as the leukocytes. They are colorless nucleated cell which can change shape like amoeba. They are mainly of two type, that is the granulocyte and agranulocyte. So children, if it is being asked to write the difference between the granulocyte and agranulocyte, the first difference that you will write is that the granulocyte contain the granules, whereas the agranulocytes, the granules are absent. So granulocytes have irregular polymorphic nuclei and a number of large granules are present. They are of three types, that is the neutrophil, basophil and eosinophil. Neutrophils can be distinguished by the presence of 3 to 7 lobed nucleus. Basophil, S-shaped nucleus is there, and eosinophil, 2 lobed nucleus is there. So on the basis of the nucleus, we can distinguish this neutrophil, basophil and eosinophil. Now agranulocytes do not have the large site cytoplasmic granules. Nucleus is not lobed here. So difference already I have told you, in agranulocyte these granules are absent. So this will be more clear through this diagram. And children, you have to draw this diagram in your copy. See here, erythrocyte means the RBC. It is biconcave nucleus is absent. This monocyte and lymphocyte is the example of agranulocyte. Here see, nucleus is not been lobed and granules are absent. This is the blood platelets that helps in the clotting of blood. This we will study later on. So this blood platelets helps in the clotting of blood. Now this neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil. These are the example of the granulocyte, that is the type of WBC. See here the lobed nucleus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lobed nucleus. Here S-shaped basophil. So these are the means two lobed nucleus, and this dot that you can see is the granules present over here. So on the basis of this WBC can be distinguished. Now next topic is blood platelet. It is also the cellular part of the blood. So they are non-nucleated, small, oval or rounded colorless cell fragments. On exposure to air, the blood platelets burst and release chemical. That chemical, the example of that chemical is thromboplastin, and it helps in the coagulation of the blood at the place of injury. So children, note down that if this platelets will not be there, then a small injury, means a small cut or wound can affect a lot, because the blood is not going to clot and too much loss from the body, too much blood loss will be there from the body. So this blood platelets is very important. Now the function of blood. The blood helps to transport the substances from one part of the body to the another part of the body. Now what are these substances which can be transported? These are nutrient, metabolic waste, hormones and gases. Next is that it helps to regulate the body temperature also. The component of the blood or the cellular part of the blood, that is the WBC, it helps to fight against the microbes that enter in our body. And the another one is the blood platelets that help to clot the blood. So that's all for today. I hope you must have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask through the campus care, or you can ask through the WhatsApp also. And children, write down the homework that you have to draw the diagram and write about the RBC, WBC, platelets and plasma, and especially you write the function of the blood. Thank you.